afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is now Dr. Mankota. Today we get a very interesting topic we can discuss. It's interesting because we just want to discuss within the dynamics of Sierra Leone politics and this guy. Let me bring him come. When I sabi this guy now, Honorable Robin Fallay. Honorable Robin Fallay. So this na be SLPP. He come out from Kailafu. Okay? What think can happen? I don't know whose problem we then get with in party when I've been the SLPP. It happened for BC, the not get symbol. He can't join APC. APC encourage him, give everything we need. While Robin Fallay don't go back now SLPP. But it is not the only thing because he go back now SLPP. What thing I try to talk about today is make we see what thing we always they call. Let me bring come back. What thing we they call Chameleon politics. That's alone. Right? The Chameleon politics we lead as them, always they play. One of the things we me learn for the past, I don't know how many, almost 2 decades now, we at the follow politics for Salon. One thing we learned very, very seriously is the fact that you don't trust politicians, especially African politicians. Because first of all, them people they not get ethics, they not get shape. All what they care about is money. So anybody where they go lay in life for a politician, your life is worthless. And I'm saying this with seriousness, okay? That's a joke. You where an ordinary person, if they go lay your life for a politician, your life is worthless. Because that politician, they not care about you, he don't want to know about you, he don't give a damn about you. So for you, for go lay in life for him, you go die for nothing for him, now worthlessness down there. I remember Robin Fallay been kind of my program, I think multiple times. For some of you we been follow the program when the program was just a radio station. Una go able to attest where Robin Fallay he come at the APC. But I've been kind of my program multiple times where he can't talk. I know what he talk about the SLPP. Then you ask yourself know what Robin Fallay talk about the SLPP, right? So for see this same guy, today you see they go back home fine. But where is the credibility? Where is the credibility? If we they say politicians and then they just be flip-flopping all over the place, when one party win the election, it transfer to that party day. After that party they lose election, it transfer to the other party will win election. How we go able to build a very credible society? If we begin the way we born, where now we responsibility. If the audio bad, make a know, okay? So just put on the comment section. Okay? But me commentator say the audio is good now inside, so I just want to make sure say it's good also to the people that would listening to it. All right. You know what's in the bill a credible and viable society? Now cultured behavior, now ethical behavior. If we say would they allow people then just they do things their way culturally, ethical now society, we picking the way born, where then they look up to it, then they follow the same footsteps. Now the reason this way Sierra Leone, it don't lose immoral ethics. Because the politicians not try for teach a good way of behaving. When one party win election, I can't talk good about that party there. I chastise the party where I've been there, where lose the election. After that party they lose the election, the other party win, I go back, I transfer another party there. I go talk good about that party there. Is that the way we want to build a society? Is that the way we as human beings are supposed to behave? This is very, very shameful. Robin Fallay Kanami program, I don't know if not in 2014, around that, 2012, 2013, I think so. The Kanami program, it can lambast the opposition SLPP. Some background noise. Inside, inside the background noise, hold on, let me see. Ajibujalo, you say some background noise. Okay, okay, that's fine. Yeah, the new mic where I ordered, you know, coming soon. The old mic still at the use, so I believe saying that one. It don't say this mic. It don't say. It don't pass 5 years, so it's been around. So I did try for thing now. Now, if we say we they allow some of them greedy beef they are, because I no one call them animal, because we all know animal. The only thing we get levels of animal what they call, but them beef here. Would they allow them for make them just the ramble around with society, they teach we picking them bad behavior? I think would they do a very, very bad thing for with society. Some of them people here they need for ban them from politics. Because they need to show good ethics to with society. You come up from one, you transfer to another, you come up from another, you transfer to another, you lambast this wire because you know agree with you. After that, you lambast the one way you come up from because you know where they follow with it. Robin Fallay and the program, he lambast the SLPP, how the SLPP is not tolerance, how the SLPP is so much about Mendeism. This is the guy who tell me. For some of you now, we've been doing the program, and I will attest to that. I think I supposed to forget the audio because it was just a radio station, so I believe save all the audio there. It can. How the way the SLPP is not about Mendeism, it's not about what they call the APC, now a party with tolerance, so that make in decide for Canada the APC because he believes say the APC now the party way now only good for salon. Only good for salon. And the words of Robin Fallay. You know, very, very disrespectful. The same Robin Fallay, now the you not even shame for go make video for show people they say yes, Robin Fallay is back. How we go able to explain to people that who picking them for saying we are ethical people then? If you picking we born now or they see you, they behave in a way you know what you get for teller, what you get for teller, just tell me. So really, let's put this in a real perspective. What if you picking they see you they drink? You understand? You they drink, you they lie, then you think say if you go tell you picking for make it left for lie, you go take it serious. For make you left for drink, you go take it serious. This is the danger way we country they in right now because of them greedy, selfish politicians. Yeah, very, very greedy. You know. So me not surprised. To be honest with you, me not surprised at all because I know say politicians in Sierra Leone, in Africa in general, in Africa, there are people them way not give a damn about shameness. Is shame? They don't care about ethics, nothing. They don't care about credibility, nothing. That is in this way most of the time people like we so would always they at opposite direction with a lot of Sierra Leoneans them, especially the politicians them, because I don't just believe say you have to reduce yourself into uh, this type of shamefulness in order for you to survive. You can survive without being distrustworthiness. You know, well, hey, that's the culture nowadays. Not alone, we get what we call chameleon politicians. Immediately when I see the video, The music we are send now we forum, like a Chameleon. I know they play another because of copyright issues. But these are some of the music that we were supposed to play for people like Robin Fallay to come and go. Now them people here, we always the support. Look at the people where they be Robin Fallay. With all the bad things the way Robin Fallay don't talk about the SLPP. How the SLPP is tribalistic, Mendeism, and intolerance, all those type of things. You get people them, then they just they follow. This is the problem with Africa. This is the problem with Sierra Leone. Now that makes me, I know they look at waiting, uh, you know, a government or leader they do most of the time. Not to through that. Well, no, well, let me rephrase. I know they look at the criticisms them where then they criticize a leader and they determine whether this leader get for win another election or not. That's what that one did. Because I not get confidence for say the people them then get the ability. A lot of them then get, but most of them they not get the ability for thinking, you know what, this person a bad person for the country. All waiting people then they think now. And you know we blame them sometimes in so many ways because number one, them people then get for feed themselves, their family, and the politicians are taking advantage of the poverty waiting at the country, and they know say a poor man now somebody will not able to control himself. A poor man are just kind of a slave or a servant. You know, he always they look at whether they get food for eat. Not like picking. So because if now people them way serious, way understand, at this time, I swear to God, ladies and gentlemen, foresee a lot of people them behind Robin Fallay. No way. No way. But people that they dance, people that they sing behind Robin Fallay, the savior don't come. And I see the SLPP. I know that's some kind of unethical party. Well, not to the number, we all right. So I know I'm for emphasize about the SLPP them they lambast Robin Fallay. Because Robin Fallay transferred to the APC. To be honest with you, me one of the people that will be defend Robin Fallay. I say he get the right for transfer to the party we elect if the other party no want him. Because Robin Fallay, they're not getting a symbol, they're not getting a symbol for making it run. He not be a member of parliament, right? They're not getting a symbol. So if it's transfer another party, that's fine. Because now the party actually, according to what they're saying, now the party actually not being happy with Robin Fallay. But the APC never get any problem with Robin Fallay. And what's all? May God forbid it, maybe, I don't know. But I don't see anywhere where the APC gets problem with Robin Fallay. He was a full paid up member. No problem, no hearing, no conflict between Robin Fallay and any member of the APC party. Pass up, by God. But until we get people there at the chat section, if they get any contrary views, so then go put them at the comment section. Yeah, I don't see that at all. If not the APC, now in work on Robin Fallay and Robin Fallay retreat, I can understand. But even at that, it don't make sense for somebody who say not good for the country. You tell me say the SLPP not good for the country. Now Robin Fallay tell me so. Me particularly in this program here. They say the SLPP not good for the country. And now the party were not good for the country. Robin Fallay don't go there. Tell me what make Robin Fallay go and a party in a bad party for the country. Number one, that shows that Robin Fallay is not a patriot. He's not patriotic. I'm sorry for saying that. I know they tell somebody not patriotic at all. But when you look at this is very, very simple. If you yourself don't acknowledge, say this party not good for the country, this party a bad party for the country, and you know say your own motive is for make sure say this country go before. Why you dey go to that party there? Why? The only obvious answer is selfishness. It's all about individualism, egocentric. That's not the only thing where I imagine for saying I make Robin Fallay. Yes, it be not it be not there. He say accommodate because there's people not good for the country. This was what Robin Fallay said. If you go back, if me, now mother bill, I will be very cautious with Robin Fallay in the in activity in the SLPP. And I don't know, maybe you want to go run again under the SLPP, Nakailahu, because something they come out. So, I don't know. But let's wait and see. But definitely, they just show the shamefulness where some of we leaders then they portray now with politics. We political leaders them. It's very, very shameful. Really, really shameful. But let me bring in Mr. Cyber Njai. Thank you very much for coming on the program.
Thank you, Doc.
I know say this it not surprise you at all, just like me so, because we don't understand Salon politicians there for a very long time. We know say this is not something where they happen every time a new government kind of power. The people the way they criticize the government, the way they are the losing party, then we rush for change sides, for go back, for go lick the new alabas them at the country the ways. Go ahead.
Well, I want to tell listener that I do, and for share my view on this topic, Robin Fallay. Though I don't want to be very personal, I want generalize and say why people and they move from one party to another. I want to take on from the point a lot of factors, a lot of things can factor why somebody they move from one political party to another. And the case of Robin Fallay not being an exception, maybe you go or somebody go and say now misjudgment, or somebody go and say he got it right. He get an objective. There is an object why he think he for go. He hope for achieve something why he for change. It can be a miscalculation on his own part that at the end of the day, he get for say he miss her all. Like the party side been there, the APC, a lot of things are going on. Maybe he thinks that the party they in a situation and that him they in order for achieve voting they in politics for. And in thinks say what they go on now the SLPP, now the right thing they go on. But from my own perspective, me go on assess and say, since all this government they in power at a time when they don't read such a record of human rights abuse, economic mismanagement, lot of hardship in the country, somebody for left a political party for cross over to them and not see much sense in that. But it remains to be seen. He might be right that what he think the situation with the APC data in order for be of use to them. But what he may they say is, as I don't say, the APC now formidable party, the situation outside the party they palm. I believe say the party get for overcome the thing and come back big time. And one of the people that will get for regret the action we then take against the APC because of the present predicament. Now I think Robbie Fallay will be the number one people that will get for say, oh, I misjudged, I was confused, I made the wrong decision. Because when you talk about a political party, the political party is bigger than the individuals or even the management of the party. The party, it can look in many ways, making one concentrate on two ways. Like the executive working day in charge of the management of the party and the general membership of the party. And what you see in political party, the people that what they manage the affairs of a political party is like a government. They come and go. That team they not get for a day forever. Like we can get the likes of CA Camara Taylor, late one with blessed memory, as executive member, secretary, or whatever. Today they are no more. But the party remains the party. That is why me, Bure, I find it very difficult for shift parties because I joined the APC on the understanding of the principles who lay down what the party stand for, as opposed to what the SLPP their own party stand for. You look at from a political point of view, you look at their policy in terms of economic management, and look at their policy in terms of socio-economic approach or approaches or methods. For example, under the socio, they look at the divisive method way then they use under governance. The economic, look at the fiscal policy and the way they manage the economy, lot of taxation. Whereas the APC, in terms of economic policy, and they look at subsidy, given concession to companies so that they make management to create jobs to keep the economy moving. These are the issues why me they follow the APC. That the APC gets some policies where it stand for. It's a grassroots. The only way they work towards the welfare of the people. That is why they know they embark on policies like fiscal policy, which is taxation, taxing company. Because the APC are aware, say when you tax a company or an investor, it's like you are taxing the citizens because the investors or the company, they therefore retrieve that money in the form of high prices of the final product or service. The APC is not operating like that. They give concession to companies, to investors, so that they lower down prices, all in a way to gear towards the welfare of the people. And people then they continue for biting and cheap. The economy they move, the investors then they get confidence in the economy. The APC in approach in terms of human rights record is sure that any investor is attracted to come to the country. But the SLPP on the other side, their own policies, whether they get bad human rights record like the state, the recent one where the State Department of the United States government don't put against them. That one is scared investors in the company. They are not doing the APC. If investors don't come, the government cannot employ all the citizens. Jobs they no go, the economy no go able viable, no go be viable. So that this government, you go not say they call themselves the new director, but it's a misdirected direction who don't bring untold miseries to the people. So it is a big surprise why somebody moved. But as I said, there are many factors. If somebody is tribally hypnotized, then the cloud in sense of reason, it can do something they're out of the way. Some they sentimentalize issues like the act of grudge or hate. As I said, the party, it gets structures, you get the management, you get the general management. If you in hatred for the correct management, and you see say what did they go on at the APC, no change no get for happen. The status quo get for maintain at the end of all this holy battle. This man, he go take a flight or a ticket, he go tear a ticket for run going at the other side. Me go one analyze issues. Maybe this is now one of the reasons why this man take an exit. So I go want to update first, Mr. Moderator.
Yeah, well, I just want for remind we viewers for say this now an interactive program wherein we allow the viewers for also share their own opinion on a particular topic we will discuss, and you will able to do that one day through the platform comment section where you dey watch. For example, if you dey watch me from Facebook, just type you comment na the comment section of Facebook, or if you want for come na the program for make you can talk and tell we wetin you feel about the topic. Now the number is now 480-409-4001. You can call we, express your opinion, and we dey read the comments all wey una put in the comment section. by God's power. But I want to focus right now on Robin Fallay and in consideration of waiting Bible talk. Um, the reason what to make me strongly believe say politicians are not looking for the good part of leadership, the good part of politics, the good part of government is because they very well know say this particular government now wrong now rotten government. I'm not talking about matter beyond government alone. I'm talking about generally how politicians they feel. But as long as them, if they come in, then we're able to get them bread and butter, they don't give a damn. So it's not about whether a government is doing good or doing bad. No. So now that I was just want to emphasize that to Bible for say you, that thing and the way they talk about so now somebody will get ethics. Now somebody will they look at credibility as the topmost part of in politics. But somebody will not give a damn about some of them things then they. I don't want to know whether tomorrow another government they lose. He expects say when the government will transfer so he lose, the next government will they come embrace them back. Because this the kind of what did they say, Osusu, you know, now Susu than deeper. Because you know say this person where they can embrace them. So you not give a damn whether they do good as a government or they do bad as a government. But this is very, very you see the pathetic part of it here is the country nine they lose. The country nine they get the problem because if leaders they're not ethically minded, then they know they give a damn what they do for the country. They just they care about them pockets. As long as their pockets always full, that's all they care about. And whether the ordinary people them then they suffer or not, it's not their own business that one day. Now that make I emphasize earlier in my monologue for saying I am so pathetic and sympathetic with the young folks then way when politicians then want to go do bad, then they push then young people then they you know the young generation and then they push in the street, go do this, go do that for the sake of the party, for the sake of the president, for the sake of this, for the sake of that. And we very well know says most of them politicians are then get picking them, adults picking them for that matter. But you know, we ever see one day a politician in Peking uh, stand out there in the street or lead a demonstration in the street. Before the demonstration even they start, it would don't call it in Peking, you don't look at now say, I don't want to see you come on at this place at all. Then you go tell the other the innocent Peking them, where probably they not get what they do, they're idle. So give them small money, say when I go demonstrate, when I go pay for like this or when I go pay for that. Then go kill them Peking for nothing. You know, they don't Peking not do. So these are some of the things where they destroy the society. Politicians supposed to be leaders. These are the people where a lot of people then they look up to. It just are like drivers or captains in the ship. Inside the ship, inside the captain, they point the ship that the ship to go. So now the same thing with the country. The leaders are the captain of that country. Now the drivers, now the pilots there. How it is steer in motorcar, that's what the motorcar they go. So it's unfortunate, but we as Sierra Leoneans, they also need to understand saying we also get responsibility as well. Our own responsibility is, especially some of who we say we learn, and some of who we say we don't come out from another country then, and can live for a very long time now Western society where we perceive for be a civilized society or the beacon of democracy, where would they see how then they play their politics? It is our responsibility for law not fall into some of them petty stuff here where they help the country other than the individual. So now we not fall into that. Now we continue for preach peace, unity, and tranquility within our own society. If we say because all right, Dr. Mankota, na Tonkolele person, or na Bombali person, or na Kabbalah, whatever district you come out. So another Kabbalah can where I know say he rotten. Another Tonkolele man where I know say he rotten. This person he corrupts. I know say this person really corrupt. He can't tell me say Dr. Mankota, I want to make you support me. You know why? You supposed to support me because you know my brother. Now we come on at the same place. To me, na red flag. And a lot of people they don't approach me on that kind habit than this. Then go tell you say, oh, after us, you and my brother, so you supposed to support me, you supposed to do this. I am not keen into this type of brotherhood where uh person they create on the expense of the country. I'm not keen into that kind of thing at all. You know, one time somebody was telling me, oh, Dr. Manko, you're supposed to support me because you know why? You know my brother. Really? You know, you can't tell me, say, Dr. Mankota is supposed to support me because here is my qualification. This is what I'm going to be doing if you support me. But you say, because you know my brother, now that makes, after us, we know, say, you get political ambition. The time when you reach, now we get for boys, you and we nominate that, say, listen, first of all, I not believe in that, then crap, then now, low mentality, now people the way mentally unstable, they think them kind of thing. Especially for the past 20 years, I don't live in a Western society. I study how Western society they make their country develop. One of the biggest problems is the individualism. Now, even with Robbie Fallay or all the other one, the way they turn chameleon today, na green, tomorrow, na red, the other time, na blue, all this type of thing. Now, because of this individualism. When a society only think about individualism, that society today is crumbled. They go before it for done. So one example where I give some of them people then the way they Dr. Mankota, you now we come on at the same place. So now we get for yes, I believe in brotherhood. Don't get me wrong. I really respect and believe in brotherhood. But that is on a personal basis, not in a national basis. Because the moment you take your personal stuff and implant it into the national stuff, it becomes diluted. So you don't know again how to separate that. That the reason now there are a lot of people that they fall into them kind of trap. They tell me, oh, now we get for go nominate you, now we get for go do this, that's a listing. And Escoma, when he went for run for the APC flag bearership, did you know that most of in brothers them, now my Kenny, when they come at the same place, they fed them. Most of an Escoma in brothers the way they come on my Kenny, they fed them. They're going to court. We all know that also. Now, would actually, it's now very seriously, very hard together with an Escoma, and Escoma win power. Able. I mean, the man. Also, your brother, like, waiting people, then they talk, say, oh, this come up from a different way than color. The reason what make they bring them kind of here, but now we're able to learn for same. It doesn't matter whether you come up from south, east, north, west. We are all Sierra Leoneans. And to me, now the most important thing nowadays. And I get an experience. The reason what make me not believe in this tribalism or all those type of isms, the way people and the way they call. And I talk about this morning na my radio station, you understand? Na me platform, the TPN WhatsApp group. When I grow up, most of the people that will make me who I am today, most of them are strangers. People that will not get no relationship. None. I they tell you now for free. Up to today, where I did today, so most of the things that will make me who I am today now strangers. Them people that will not to me brothers, they not to me sisters, they not to me nothing. Absolutely. So I not believe for say I they support you just because you know me, my brother. And also in a family level, yes, I will go do. But when it comes to the country, I they support you whether you know you come from the same Bele or the same region or the same tribe. I they support you only if I know say if you didn't at that position, they you were able to do better thing for the country. So this is an example. Honorable Victor Fo. irrespective of what you think about Victor Fo today. Victor Fo stood for Anes by Koroma. Victor Fo, when you see Anes Koroma, you see Victor Fo. Now kind of na in bag that one day. When they can America, then can California, Victor Fo sit also, Anes Koroma sit also. You see Victor Fo and that is Anes Koroma. And that is after and even Anes Koroma don't win the nomination. But it was even before that. So for say because I just support you because you and my brother, I am not keen into that then kind thing then kind activities and if you want to make a support you prove say yes you are capable from bring because it's not more about Dr. Mankota, it's about the country. How you go able to help maybe sometimes if I support you, you know there's nothing what you get for help me. I supported the APC party and I'm still supporting the APC party. Right? What you actually person they tell me say now this and don't take them give Dr. Mankota. Single penny today. Because it's not more about me, it's about how we go able to use the APC party for promote the the livelihood of the Sierra Leonean people. I believe in the APC. I believe that the APC now the party that one the way go only able to do them things that make I support the APC. Not because the APC are not an party. No, I did not support the APC because I'm not an party. I don't support the APC because mostly now Team Nilimba, the tribes the way they are the north, that predominantly they are the APC. No, that's not the reason why I support the APC. I support because I believe say they can do better for the country, and I have a proof for that. So now we get them kind, mental, ability for now we able to decipher some of them things they for same. Support somebody not because my brother alone. Support them because we believe same that somebody will go able for bring good things like the society. For example, members of parliament. I dey support you because I believe say now your constituency, you able to do things and the way you benefit that constituency. Dey. I know they support you because you now from me and you from that constituency they will come out so therefore they support you so no more. I therefore look at what you get for do. But there are a few people that they do them things. So now we go to the comment section now and I dey come back to the commentator when Bible rep. All right, let's start with Delwyn Thomas. Good evening, watching from Bangor, Northern Ireland. Oh, wow. Well, thank you very much. Welcome back. And Omotunde Blyden, good evening. Ajibu Jalo, some background noise like you are in an airport, Thomas. Otherwise, you are clearly audible. All right, thank you very much, Ajibu Jalo. I know the lapel mic don't they one out, so I order a new mic. So hopefully they come soon. All right, Lahai Suhari. Why politicians always move from one political party to the other? I am not a politician, but just need clarity on this. Thank you very much, Okumi. All right. So let me give you one word answer. Then I will expand on that. Greed. That's right. Greed. Okay, I can understand. I can understand. There are certain people where and they move from one party to another, not because of greed, because either the party push them away. I understand that. That's not two different things. But when you party, you get in good standing with your party, you don't get no problem. Immediately when you see another party kind of power, you move from that party to the one way kind of power. It's not an other than greed. Not greed. Now in the constant thing in it, my brother. And it can be say we when that the ordinary people them, we they celebrate that kind attitude them they. If you look at the video where Robin Fallay and then put out on social media, you see a lot of people then they dance behind Robin Fallay. A lot of people there. And guess what? Those same people, now in Robin Fallay pulled from the SLPP before, he transferred them to the APC. And he tell them say the SLPP now tribalistic Mendeism party, now it's not good for the country. They all follow him. Now, he tell them back say The APC not good for the country. The APC is all about tribal bigotry. If they put them back on the APC, you see how they play with the intelligence of the people them, and they play with the people they're intelligent. And unfortunately, them people then they fall into them kind of traps here. So yes, the most important thing, so you caution, now greed. Politicians are very greedy. Robin Fallay, they transfer this not only because he believes say the SLPP is a good party, because he don't talk as not a good party, but it may come because the SLPP then they come back and compensate them. What we call compensatory democracy. So it's all about greed, my brother. Now let's go to Tijan Sharif. Robin Fallay is just like majority of Sierra Leonean politicians, selfish, self-centered, and wicked to the nation. The average politician in this country not ever content. Politics has become money-making machines at the expense of the average voters who always suffers in the hands of bad governance. Thank you very much, Tijan Sharif. Not true. And Robin Fallay na an example of that. Like I tell you now, Robin Fallay actually can me program multiple times when he left the SLPP. I asked him so many times why did he left the SLPP. What are the things them? All what I tell you is not something like a way I just they imagine. Not something where Robin Fallay tell me directly at this program here. He tell me that directly. So it's all about themselves. It's all about their own greed. It's all about their own selfishness. It's never about the country. And most times, then they use the ordinary people they wait and trust their own life to them kind of people there. People like where they support Robin Fallay, then trust her. So anything where you talk, now not everybody get the ability when it trusts you and for no say now play they play on in intelligence. You see, so Robin Fallay actually is manipulating the people for your own selfish end. So yes, indeed, what he talks so now through Tijan Sharif. All right, Mata Bangura is watching. All right, keep watching, Mata. Yeah, now for forward also the broadcast to other people them. All right, Musa Kamara is watching also, and Ajib Jalo. Sir Robin will always be my friend and brother. It should not come as a surprise that he has returned to the SLPP. He was never a blue blood original APC. So his return home is expected once prosperity and sweetness dries up in the APC. Yeah, that's not true. Not true. It is really, really true. Let me tell you one thing. There are people who actually they support the SLPP today. Some of them are not actually officially SLPP members. Okay? I understand some of the frustration with the people and they get. People like Victor Fo, people like Alpha Khan. Alpha Khan, I know saying a frustration and now revenge. It is time for insert into what he do. Because he is very angry, he is very disappointed, and he want for, revenge. What he then do? What if he say the leaders of the APC do? I understand that. Okay, Victor Fo was one of the most reliable APC member that country. Victor Fo, I don't know. The suffer where you don't suffer for the APC. If any APC member from the north, for example, where I'm talking about the people that way right now they, I'm talking about the living region of the APC. I not think say maybe if they reach 10, they not reach 15. We suffer throughout during the 90s. Where Victor Fo, even according to what they tell me, they even sentenced him to death. They sentenced Victor Fo to death. Victor Fo now the only person that one day where during the time of the NPRC get the money, the old that how they call them, that speaker, that loudspeaker, that the middle of the SLPP in a campaign for APC. So if them kind of people then they become frustrated or disgruntled, then do what then they do. So I can understand. I can understand. All right. But people like Robbie Fallay, like what Ajibu Jalo say, Robbie Fallay was never an APC person. Robbie Fallay now how them call him? Now somebody like Winner Honey, who say sweet no more. Who say is the sweet no more? Now they do. So before we go back to the old and call, so Ajibu Mr. Bible, go ahead if you want to say something.
Well, once more, I go and tell you thank you. You said a lot of things which I admire the most. But yeah, as you rightly say, we get your responsibility. Now we do so. For more try as much as people, as much as we can, for more they share our views and opinion, for more people are able to know, able to form an informed opinion. You see, humanity, it means a lot. And what all I know, the greatest asset of any human being, now repetition. And I want share now say, somebody person if you for stand for principle, if for stand for issues. And when you stand for issues and principle, that makes you a person of character. The world then they look up from leadership for people of character. You see, the sad thing though, if you decide to be a man of no character, today you are here, tomorrow you are over there. Believe me, with modern day times, with technology, you will become unclassed, meaning you are not there, neither you are here. Now you don't go to the SLPP. If things say the SLPP proper, where they want to talk about core issues, they know they count on person like that one day. And remember, you don't left the APC, you never know anything what they go on the APC. So if somebody decide for mortgage in repetition, because as you rightly say, for greed, for interest, well, he's going to be the victim, and get for suffer, because in the end, he's not going to be trusted. People are not going to take and say he's a man of substance. You see, because in life, as you be done, they use this word, is unethical for it with almost both hands at the same time. You cannot be there and be here at the same time. Stand for issues. Understand, say, uh, the political party is an entity of itself. And the way they manage the party or what they call the executive of the party, they are also a separate entity. They cannot be there throughout the time. The party is always the party. The people that where they run the party, where you feel say, when I know they think the same, you get issues with them. That's not a reason enough for making you left for the principle or the issues they will stand for. So if you decide for punish the party because you get issues with the people there where they manage the party, or because you're not able to get what you want, what your interest they look for, then they don't destroy your character for the whole being. And society they judge you accordingly. Though me get a different opinion where they talk about Victor Fo. Victor Fo, I used to admire him, but it's like he lost the game. He missed it totally. I wish he before stand for the APC where he stand for. The current management of the party, not to the APC in entirety, they are just a fraction of the party. The general membership is there. The party itself is there. If you get issues with the correct management, that is not reasoning enough for making left the party for feed upon an ancient grudge. Then they destroy in character to we the audience where they judge people then. So it's like it's a mess up. And I want me Victor Ford knows it. The join where you don't go join the SLPP. The SLPP no go
No, no,
ever, never take her as
Bible, let me make things clear here because it's very important. Uh, Victor Fo not left the APC. Victor Fo is still a full-blown APC. One day resigned. He said he retired from active politics. the problem where Victor Fo gets, not for say he left the APC. If you listen to audios the way they say, he said up to this time, he they advised the APC behind the scene. He left to the APC if they take the advice or not. So Victor Fo no ever left the APC. He never resigned from the APC. He said he retired from active politics. Yes, indeed, he get problem according to him. He said because when he lose election, give chance to the government for make he lead, and we no one give that, and he no go be part of that. That's what Victor Fo say. So, but for say he left the party, Victor Fo is, as far as I know, maybe Ajibuja Law go able for also testify here, but as far as I know, Victor Fo never left the APC party yet. So I just want for me to clarify
Okay.
that. Go ahead.
Okay. What they say is, I don't hear it from Victor Fo, where you say now member of the party. He say if they say election today, if they vote for the flag bearer of the SLPP. I begin to wonder what type of membership he is to the APC. I had him, nobody told me. So when I talk, say he left the party, or you don't take an action to an extent, voting against the party where he belongs, me they take and say he's no longer APC. Whether in principle he resign or he not resign, but he don't talk, he's on video, the pictures are all over the world that he's ready and is prepared to vote against the APC.
So
So
let
let's
me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
please.
Let's say about 20,000 people when mostly APC members in 2018, they vote for the SLPP, right? In that 2018 election. So you declare them people and they all now to be non-APC members. If not that one they would go with, then we are in big trouble because we will begin minus most of the members there because some people and they vote based
Alexa,
on the
volume
individual,
down.
not necessarily the party. So we get for be very careful what you they do with them people then they will vote against we. If they vote against we today, tomorrow they will vote for we. So if we say because you vote against we, all of a sudden we get for kick you out, so you are no longer a member, then we have a problem. Go ahead.
Well, yes, I understand the point where they say.
Yeah,
Uh,
hold on.
uh,
No,
but the
you guys
issue there is
machine come na the line. So that's
the
it.
issue there is
Alexa,
Victor Pope is
volume.
all over the place.
Yeah, hold on,
They
hold on.
campaign for the other party.
Go
Then
ahead.
other people and they, if they vote against the party, it remains to be seen. Will not get. I'm not say it loud and clear, but he's on videos
Hello?
doing what he's doing,
Hold on, Bashir.
working with the other party.
Okay.
Though officially, he not write a letter it for commot or the party not taken out of
Okay.
the party yet.
Uh,
That is yet to be done.
so
Okay.
Victor Fogel issue the party.
Yeah,
But
hold
Victor
on,
Fogel
Bashir,
switch
hold on.
party.
Okay, go ahead, Bashir, they read now. Go ahead, my bullet.
Yeah, I know say Bashir, how are you, sir? Make I just get the question first, but tell her I do.
Super.
But as you know, SLPP, I not go doubt. Now, like for take things them by force. Uh we ready for tell una say not to so for do things there because una they go and take first PhD there. They una don't una talk about quality education. You see, Mr. Bashir, now so una the SLPP dey. But anyway, I go yield the floor for you now. So go ahead.
Hold on, let Bashir, hold on.
Answer me first, though. Super. Koto.
Bashir, go ahead.
E tanto cruz, que momo.
Bashir,
I just
Bashir,
want
they
to
hear me?
clarify something.
Oh,
And
sorry.
by Bure, I honestly believe, as we're going to this election, this is not something where it really need for what some people then by the end after the election happened, after that election where
All right,
they
Bashir,
lost in
Bashir, they hear me now, right?
2018,
Yes, with the area now. It is on loud and clear.
they felt like the party hurt them, right?
Bashir,
They realized
you know,
at the
you
end
know
of
so loud.
yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, with the me the area Bashir loud and clear.
I hear you, but yeah,
How about now?
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, now some people and they, like I say, I think this is very important to make the party take a look at this. Okay, especially with the new executive where they come, make this be a priority for them. There are people that felt hurt. Take Victor Fo, what you talk about so. Victor Fo in the 90s, when SLPP, the resurgence of SLPP, they really they come into the fold with them to yank about this, that, right? That multi-party thing. The most maligned party at that time in Salon was the APC.
Yep.
You know, because at the NPRC we don't now the NPRC we don't overthrow, and there'll be no, so nobody not be really. I mean, if you remember, even the score, the result at time like 5% they get like 1 or 2 member of parliament. I think that time, the first time. Victor Fo at that time had every opportunity, a political opportunity, get every opportunity for join SLPP,
Yep.
but make a day into the fold. That would be the Kenneman. Okay, they almost burned Victor Fo in house. Yeah, Mohammed Bemen, Mr. Bemen, the go PAPC office, they almost burned the house. Okay, because of that, the man not yield. Victor Fo now he registered APC for that election day where he did to run up the flag bearer. That first one is it 2005 or 2004 election. Now Victor Fo registered as APC for contested election day. Okay. Switch at that time as a not to be tribal, but as a Mende person, and very few people are from the south. Very strong people. They're not get too many strong people except people from the south that time. To be honest, okay. Now that make Dr. Dembi end up for being vice president because they look say they want somebody who they represent the south, and the only two candidates they get the two prominent people, and there have been one side they get, and that be Charles Magai, and that was it. Namek, if you remember, the whole Dr. Dembi in make as vice president it came from left wing because he was not a strong member and he didn't really have the political gravitas for that position. But because they want somebody from the south, then they get Victor Fo for them be a prominent person inside SLPP at that time. He refused to join. Okay. Say you come up to Anes. Victor Fo not only supposed to be Tawa to make Anes become flag bearer. Tawa pa editor. Okay.
I just explained.
Victor Fo, where this thing after SLPP coming up, now APC coming up power in 2018. Just to find out, say, you remember the whole Hajj business? You remember the investigation from the ACC? Yes, investigation. Mm-hmm. Just for can unseal, where SLPP can unseal that indictment, they say the ACC we don't indict them. Okay, as the vice president, they don't indict them, they just seal up, right? The man don't sacrifice so much that the party don't go indict her in your party, right? Don't go indict her. The man still aggrieved, and I say this again from 2018 after this is all election to now, APC has never really reached out for corral people and for have a conversation about people that still aggrieved. They've not reached out. So yes, you might say, oh, you just party just support party. No. Saturday, yes, like I say, no, never join. I can make my comment. No, never join SLPP. They go sympathize with them, but no, never join them. No, to them Fallay there, where they switch. They never switch. They go support them, just like look. Even if you look at what's the name? Loco. It's not join. It's not a SLPP member. Not a SLPP member. It's like them saying an APC member. It's not join. Yes, they sympathize, but they're not join. Yes, maybe you feel aggrieved about that. So then people they still listen up. All them get to say will not join another thing. Don't you think maybe it's time that maybe this new executive can make it reach out, make it try for mend their problems and fix them and bring them back into the fold. I think there's an opportunity there. But for me, we just dismiss them. Like say waiting them till say EDK do them, right? They don't feel aggrieved by it. They should just ignore it. That's why EDK continue to be the party leader up to a few months ago. It's really, I think it will be a full turnaround if the party not think about that. Say, new executive will come in, they're not getting baggage in there. They need to reach out. Yeah. Because if I can't sit Alpha Can no, Fallay they go make Fallay don't come back. Here is Alpha Can don't come to SLPP. It don't happen.
Yeah, okay. So
the man is going to APC. So make we be, only for watch them make them there are ways to reach. These are the type of people, also the political prostitutes them. That We go just go switch every time one party win JBD them. Which party win he join? This party win he join.
Now
That man and they I saw Victor Four. Me and that's what I cancel for, but Victor Four.
Yeah, Victor Four. Me,
That
inside
person
the
get
defender,
principle.
and they defend Victor Four for say yes, indeed. I'm not happy at least the way he abandoned no more now. He just sit down, but nobody not going to tell me say Victor Four a bad person for the APC party because sometimes not look who side you go for them, look who side you box the foot, right? That's what people then they say.
Yeah.
And Victor Four don't stand up for the APC party at a time when most people that they run away. And it's by Kuruma way they see so. And it's Kuruma. When he give money to I know they don't may God forgive me if what I hearing at home. But then say when he give the money to Uda editorial for go register the party, he tell editorial say I they do this. I don't know if it's true, but I don't hear that for more than 4 or 5 people them. He say I they give you this money, but if you tell me say if you say na me give you the money, I would deny you like way how them call them? He talk about Judas denied Jesus or something like that. So there was a time when even the one they went left the APC party, them is so afraid that they never identify themselves as APC. So, but Victor Poe, with all them kind of danger, then they stand up and say, you know what, me na APC, I dey continue for do this. So, let we get that respect, irrespective of what you do right now. So that don't limit just one for say no more. But let we continue with the comments, then we'll come back to Bible rep. All right, Ajibu Jalo say we must also evaluate the manner in which he crossed over to APC and became a member of the National Executive selection. All the reasons why reforms within the APC must be celebrated with our heads, hands, and feet. Yeah, that's true. Where the man come, we can promote him to an national executive member next. So I don't know, but sometimes it can make mistake, right? And he also said,
So Markota, I say now this is the party that they make. I swear to God, now the problem is with the party, and then they cause the prostitute business, right? SLPP right now, any person you come on APC, they will celebrate Alexis now big thing. Now the same thing APC they do. Anybody move from SLPP to them, they celebrate us so much because we don't get ideology. We don't get ideology. Robbie Fallay was celebrated for camp to APC. He only came there because of like how you would say, Monday sweetness being the day. Then people in the one sweetness you are they go back. They go back.
Yeah.
Then Cape, they all go back. Why would they celebrate? They would move. Would they switch party? Would they celebrate them back? We never celebrate people in there.
Yeah.
Because our opportunities them. They see opportunity. They see say they go when they go there just they will celebrate. Then they even they put the higher rank party and come out. Will they forsake the one people in the party? You go celebrate this political prostitute, the higher party, people also from the parties longer. Why would they celebrate them? Now it causes problem. That somebody come out, they switch from one party, all of a sudden now can't get executive position, or can't put up, or can't a minister. And the people also fight party for long, they not get rewarded.
Yeah.
And these people as soon as the party win, they go back.
I understand. Let's move on to they've got to say, but you guys welcome former SLPP party chairman. What's wrong with that? Former SLPP party. Oh, they talk about Shomaneka Pen. Now the same thing they talk about me, brother. You know, sometimes we say they facilitate some of yes, you want to let somebody come on our other party come. Not true. We all want that. But let we look at waiting at the circumstance in which that person come on from that party did. Whether the person opportunity defend no more or the person actually genuine. So these are some of the differences, you understand? Everybody wants me I want from Mother Bill come out from SLPP can APC. We celebrate them. But we now for waiting they can do. That's not the main important thing. Why he come. Now they've got to also say, but the APC welcome. Okay, that's the same thing. That is, they just make a true. So, Bashiru, you say Victor Foy is a trip red blood APC. Yeah, we don't talk about this already. Everybody knows Victor Foy now APC member. One more for why says from SLPP to APC is patriotism. wonder how you describe Ernest Koroma's move from PDP to APC. APC never about Southeasterner. Well, now you don't bring in the same thing I talk about. That tribalistic connotations where we always fall back to tribalism. I don't think say um, Robin Fallay come out from SLPP to from APC to SLPP because in Amende. I don't think so. I don't think say this one how them call it. Honest by Kuruma. Well, honest by okay. Let me tell you one thing because until some of the APC members will know more the history than me, then maybe they will correct me. Honest Kuruma was originally APC. Then PDP came. Honest Kuruma jumped to PDP. In 1996, Ernest Koma actually voted against APC because he contested a seat where he win for the PDP. Okay. Then in 2002, Ernest Koma realized the PDP is dying out, so he moved back to APC. You see the fluctuation where
I will contend that too, though. I will also push against that. If PDP been strong, they're going to be strong in 2005 going to that election. If PDP been strong, okay, was Anet going to move? Because PDP by then in the second election, PDP had pretty much broken. It was not a part. It did not have the force.
Now the time for talk. PDP was dying out. So Ernest Koma, what do you do? It
was dying out.
Huh?
It was dying out.
Yeah, exactly. So
I believe if PDP been strong, they'll be strong into 2004, 2005. If we don't stick with PDP.
So he jumped back to APC. So what are the type of talk? For say this not to actually now only in the one person they do them here. Now a pardon way I see throughout the political dynamics of Sierra Leone, where people they're not afraid for move from one party to another. Like Chameleon. That the reason this way I put the title of this discussion is Chameleon, politicians them. So yes, indeed, not to Ernest Koma no more, not to Robin Fallay no more, not to other people that no more. Most people that they do them. So one more for I. Let's forget about Southeastern. I think say this has nothing to do with regionalism or something like that. This is just an individual ego.
And make I say something also, Marcus, real quick. Okay, these are some people that forget, but Ernest in first term, okay, in whole first term, first of all, refuse to take any ministerial position, any appointment. He stay as Secretary General for the party. He stay as Secretary General for the party. And he stick with. In first appointment, that was not ambassador in China. He not take any appointment. Okay, he stick with the party. He stick as leadership of the party, was strong the party, was strengthen the party, and the party going into the 2012 election, 11 or 12 election, they actually won more seats. Okay, before it actually came to appointment positions. So like I say, right now it feels disgruntled and stuff, but I honestly believe there's an opportunity with a new executive where they come. Like they really look at this. Reach out.
Let me bring in Bible. Go ahead.
Well, Dr. Mankota, if they bring me at this moment here, may I beg to the Oti Bashir where they talk about Victor Fo. Victor Fo, to me, he don't betray the cause or he don't work for all his lifetime at the dying minute. You see, it's like a conditional friend. All what he was doing, he was focusing on a particular objective. So where is he say the object or what they behind the party for, able get out or it is non-existent, he go away. Then they told me not the true reason for membership of a political party. Me join a political party for what the party stands for. If today Dr. Mankotano are there in the management of the party who me support, if for any reason may you to know the see eye to eye, I will never take any action where people will judge is an anti-action to the party. I will take a back seat. I don't see him from a very renowned APC member, S.I. Kuroma. I read on newspaper where they ask a rhetoric question, why today my house is being surrounded by special branch and some other members of the military. Francis Mina, late Francis Mina of blessed memory, na he reply. He said, well, you no need to be surprised. When we have been there against the party, we were policed or harassed or surrounded. So now, so it been just give SI the back talk. SI say, it not will be a party for destroy the baby who in nurture. To an extent, in way we be expect say na him for inherit the party, then ask him for make inherit, for making nominate somebody a position where he want. In boss tell and say for making nominate somebody who also he nominated the party, he nominated the person. Did he become a disgruntled to somebody for when talk about the party? No, he didn't.
I think
Even Sam Sumana, if you can give me a minute, even Sam Sumana, the reason for the action why he lost in vice chairmanship or vice president by the party, he might get a very legitimate cause why me Bebure for support him. But in reaction after where that action they don't take, you see, me, I dey take am from a personal view. I like it they eat me hand, as long as I still dey breathe. I dey act accordingly. Again, I dey come on the bottom line. The party na im me join. I no can pan the party for can look into the actions of the current executive or the party. For any reason, men they're not to see eye to eye, I will never confront them. May they run their regime and no say there is another day, those people one day they will take exit. If, listen to me, listen, if Sam's manner, where that action didn't take her, it just don't is set much, it not take enough, do no action, it just don't no more. Because the current management of the team, the executive, you not go able to fed them and no one take any action, will go make the party loss. Some people pundits then say the party lost 2018 election because of that action. They will the party. They might be correct, may not be correct. If it be just he don't quiet, they like it today. Me, now person like now they won't me before prepare. If he before just they no more for the party. Anybody who hurt me pan the party, believe me, I know this. I they think beyond you, and I focus on the party. Who me say I believe in. I believe say we are dealing with human beings, and you cannot guarantee the conduct of the human beings. I remember why one senior government officer, late James Bambe, tell me. He called me Mr. Njai by then. He said, "Make cannot guarantee the conduct of the human being." He said, even service personnel. He said the person, like the police officer, where they under, he not go able to guarantee their conduct. He said because 1 minute from her, they will become otherwise because they are human beings, not to stand in the ordinance where create where they teach them to be, they do them policing in a way that is required by the audience, but just because they are human beings. If they be careful for me, say where matter come any police in the investigator accordingly because he's a human being.
Okay.
So now that's in the RAC. So then people they work in manage the party, men they will not see eye to eye. Should I take any action against them? I will not. I will focus to the party. So I go one in the floor.
Hold on, Bashiru.
I'm going to push back at that, right?
Bashiru, hold on. Bashiru, hold
I'm going
on.
to go back to SI Chroma. I don't know if they're
Bashiru, Bashiru, hold on. I just want to make a quick point here. Bible, I think your statements get a lot of flaws. In the modern day society, one of the mistakes where you make is, and maybe it's not a mistake, that's not a belief. Is that for say, okay, I not can join the individual, I can't join the party, which is correct. So therefore, if the people the way they lead the party, they know they do good, I know they say anything, let them continue until them come out. If that is the way you they do things, if you're not a business person, I tell you say, they go far, the business they fall down. And the same thing with a political party. The people who are leading the party, that then they determine the success or the failure of the party. So if they do bad, you say, oh, because I didn't be the leaders them, so let them do. I mean, they them call so until because I know see one day then get for come out, then the
You
APC
are
party,
endorsing what they
the
do.
APC party will never be able for do anything with successful. You as a human being, you as a member, you get the responsibility, not to the right promo, but you get the responsibility for all you leader accountable for make them do the right thing. If you ignore that, you are also an accomplice to the destruction of any political party. But at the left, they give 1 minute to Bashir. Go ahead.
So that's the things that we say. Two examples that you give. One, SI Corona, right? First of all, when SI Corona, that thing happened, we had one party. SI Corona don't get any option for going inside.
The one party is yep.
There's one party. And I can challenge you also. For what SI then do for that party, do you think he deserves to make SSD around the house? If you don't pull up, if they deserve that, to make you put SSD in the man in your house, you start sacrificing them and they sacrifice for that party day. Okay? That was one. But take some Sumana. How you tell man to go sit down? Una kick out of the party. He might not really left the party. Now the party kick him out. Remember, for him to get kicked out as vice president, one of the clauses what they used was that he's no longer a member of the party. I like Mankota.
That's true.
That's what they use. Say him out and then kick him out of the party. You don't kick him out of the party, they make you say you don't say in a party they pass. Where you don't even go court, say he not left the party. Una still go to court and say he don't left no member of the party. Let's again, as we get in conversation there, let's watch the mistakes that we don't get done in the past, and how do we get better going forward, right? You not just remove our take what's the name Demby, right? Demby gets removed as vice president. Demby not get removed as member of the party. So somebody like Demby maybe go contest for other party. Then you can that point they make go make sense, right? But he was removed from the party. The party remover. Yeah. That he was no longer a member of the party. Yeah. That was what they used to kick him out as vice president.
It was right? A terrible mistake actually. What we do, some of we be there against that, but there are people. I remember. For the Morris, I know one for what they call my brother down there. For the Morris, when then kick Victor for the Morris being one of the WhatsApp the way he put some of wisdom. When I come out, I say, listen, guys, this is the biggest mistake we don't ever do as a political party. I say this they can for country. For the Morris pull me. Because are they against that kick that kick where they kick Samsumana and I come out and say this they make would they lost the party for the Morris kick me out of me then later he come back and come put me but you know say me I'm not here. Now let's move on to the comment. Frank Adibujalo also say frankly he is better off leaving the APC. His allegiance was to and with EBK, not the APC. They fell out once EBK reign came to an end and can no longer support his ambition. Sir Robin Fallay. They talk about Robin Fallay. Yeah, down the clear. Dave says maybe he say this he is never an APC, but that is a democracy, right? Yeah, democracy itself gets decency or at the same time, you know. Ethics, they also pan democracy. Victor Fo hasn't, Musa Kamara say Victor Fo hasn't joined SLPP yet. Wrong information, bro. Yeah, we already done correct Mr. Baibure already. I think if he say he don't left the APC, not left my. Musa also say thank you for saying that about Victor Fo. Yeah, we'll be not doing. So Ajibujalo say, with regard to Victor Fo and many others, they have an axe to grind, a personal vendetta, a fallout, bad blood with EBK. They hold the view that EBK had molested, impoverished, and caused them embarrassment. Their issue is not with the APC party, but EBK. So it is great that he is out of the way. EBK had become a liability to the party. And that is the same thing I talk. I bring back Bible after I don't see, then I bring back this for Bashir. Now, with regards to even Alhaji Chief Samsumana, if you be listing Alhaji Chief Samsumana in campaign, where he been a campaign against the APC, he did make them very clear. Say no get no problem with the APC, he get problem with the leaders and the APC. People like EBK, he always they say that. But say you don't get problem with the party, you get problem with the leadership of the party because of what they do. So I give you 1 minute, Mr. Babu, and then I'll go to Bashir.
Well, it's very easy. Without 1 minute, that we able summarize why I say and I stand by what I say. Like how you don't clarify, so you don't get issue with the APC. You don't get issue with the APC. That is the best thing. That is the best thing to do. So me, anything what they do, I want you to get it very. Anything what they do, I want me you get this very clear. I the first identify the objective of my action. My action. For example, why one kind of this program here, what I hope for achieve at the end of it all. So if you mean as I'm Samsumana or mean a member of the APC, anything encounter what I get with the executive, I identify any action what I want to take against. If I go able to achieve this, I go able to correct this thing. If I feel say if I take any action, where I'm not able to achieve me thing, I not go pursue am. For example, now the action we don't take now. For some people, and then they see and say now the party defense. Some people they say he put the party into a situation like this. Me no go one fight if we lose the battle. This is not the object. If I see say the opponent get a gun, me no get a gun. I know they embrace murder BO with a gun. Because if they jail me for no good reason, I will not achieve. I will find a tactical and strategic way where I pursue them. You
So let me
know,
ask you a
why
question.
I go able to make the state department, then go visit them, the European Union and the right button. That is the only way I can do it. But I'll not go just go jump in a treat, I go embrace bullet. I will not do it.
So let me ask you a question quickly before the time run out. So are you saying because you not go able for immediately achieve a goal, so therefore you know they even start with that if you know say your action not will able to achieve the goal way you wouldn't call. But before you answer, I just want to remind you, same. Sometimes it is not about an achievement. There are certain ways where they achieve something. Perception, they say perception is everything. You understand? You come out and explain yourself, people they understand. It don't necessarily mean say you will like in the case of Samsumana, it not being expect say they come back as a vice president, but he want for make you tell your own part of the story. So if you say you know wherever talk because you know say probably in order for come back as a vice president, then I don't know. But go ahead and answer. I give you 30 seconds.
Well, I'm coming from an orientation wherein if I identify a goal, I'm guided by a mnemonic or something they call SMART. That when I achieve a goal, it has to be specific, letter S, M is measurable, A is achievable, and realistic, and is time bound. Within these confines of the word SMART, then I identify my goal. Well, if I say this is not realistic, then brother, I'm not able to achieve what I cannot be reinstated. They cannot do it. They cannot go back to their action. And as he said, the time within which this thing not work. There is much more than an escroma in term or the other management. Then therefore just get for exit power. There is enough time for me to pursue. Me go sit down and God being my guide. I must achieve. If I say I pursue them man and I pursue them like a time like this, he would have been the best favored person on my own side. Remember, it is an individual opinion. But me, nobody know they regulate me opinion. Say because Mankota cost me say for course. They not train me for course. I go take them react to you.
Okay.
So I go stop there.
So,
All right.
so I'm
ahead,
gonna ask this
Bashir.
question
You get 1 minute.
to Bible, okay? Right now, you have SLPP in power, right? If you, at, I know how you feel about SLPP, right? You goal to make you achieve your goal. If it calls for make you reach out and mend their issues and they,
for making you achieve your goal, do you do it or not? Do you reach out to people like Victor Fo and try for fix whatever the issue was? Do you try for mend that, or do you say forget them because they're not, they're not pure APC, and Moku just goes to the election without them?
I don't get the question clearly. I want to help make I understand you fine.
Hold on. The question where it say if what you talk about achieving your goal, if you feel say
achieving your goal for make APC win next election, if that is your goal, and also that now your goal, right? That you're very passionate about that, right? If achieving that goal means try to reach out and mend the issues that were for the Victor Foes and the Alpha Cans and stuff like that, do you think it will be a smart move for the new executive to do that?
Well, of course, yes, I will accept that as a view. It is a good thing because I believe say even Madabio is my enemy. Madabio is just a political make. I go want to see if he dey within the law, he not go against the law. I want to live and die with him. If he get problem with the law, make the law Ola, not to me Ola. If APC come to power, if you don't get no problem with the law, may it to the shake out, they go up and down. In as much as I want the APC to come to power, not to me on personal, I they take go deal with Madabio. No, I will not do that. So those guys, they are still my people. Yes.
You get the new executive. You think maybe a smart thing for the new executive or reach out. The point I make is the need for reach out and try to solve some of them problems and they where some man feel that they were wrong by the previous executive.
It's a brilliant idea. Yes, I support that. It's a support that.
Then some of them problems and that's what I'm asking.
Before you finish
yes, it's a good idea. Yes.
Bible, hold on. I think say Bashir they stretch too much. The reason why I say Bashir they stretch too much, we get for know the mandate way then give this 21-man committee.
I thought about the new executive, also this one, also 21-man committee, new executive. Then job now for conduct election for new executive. The new executive already come in the future, not so which is 21-man committee, new executive.
No, I believe say the new executive, then go do the level best for make sure say peace reign na the country because the APC wants peace. Everybody I believe say they want peace. Yes, the tension was high. But now, after 5 years, anybody still the vex, in a problem down there. So I just want to continue because we're running out of time. So let me finish the comment section and we'll be able to give you 2 minutes for now we round up. All right, let me. Ajibu Jallo say PDP was a derivative of just like PMDC. I can see how over-ambitious politicians can make such vertical movement. But moving from the APC to SLPP or vice versa is a totally different ballgame. So, and Michael Coker say, what is the topic here today? Oh, the topic here today is about the chameleon politics where they play as alone. And what you make by chameleon politics is you can see people that then they move from one party to another depending whose side the wind blow. And that chameleon politics now they destroy the fabric of with democracy. So now the topic that one day. And Momo Foy say, Doc, I wish you could have a rethink of your membership of the APC. You too honest and forward thinking, something lacking in the APC. Well, I believe in the APC, I didn't at the APC. To be honest with you, the APC stand a better chance for make things better for the country. It depends the leadership. You know they run away because things are very difficult now you party, so therefore you get for run away for go find the easier way. I'm not part of them kind people then they are not they part of that at all. I want for make affect within the party where I believe in the party where I left for make I able make some changes and everybody who don't know me for a very long time, they know say I don't fight for the APC party for the very long time trying for reform the party so that to become a better party. And I will continue to do that until one day, if God mark me, say me get for be a leader of that party day, if God mark that, I'll be a leader. But I not go because I dey see some people there that they just go the wrong way. So I dey fight for make I bring them come the right way. So me na so I dey. All right, let's go to Ajibu Jallo, say chairman of the committee that investigated Sam Sumana's anti-party claim, Honorable Ibrahim Benkabo, has had to apologize to Sam Sumana and others. He emphatically said to me that the information given to him at the time was flawed, malicious, and untrue. He regrets his recommendation, Sumana's expulsion from the APC party. Everybody knows the information was very, very flawed because, to be honest with you, I don't see no tangible information other than, oh, the guy lied in degree, or the guy lie for say in a Muslim way, not a Muslim. All them things they na bogus information nowadays. It no warrants for even kick somebody out. The problem was the very APC members they were not corner people them where they supposed for stand for their young brother if they do the people themselves will the engineer them brother. And I've been telling them at that time, say, we stand a better chance because Kono people, they're not small tribe, you understand? But they are so lucky because they get everything. If they go to that stage, imagine, the Timini, they were the largest tribe in the country. They're not able to reach that stage where the Kono people, they were one of the smallest tribe in the country. So they probably don't seize advantage of that, and so that they stand by their young brother. And also for just because they are Kono, but because the man also was very, very qualified. And the things the way they talk about are not true at all. The man, one day, puts in profile for say, even the White House profile in the website, because I've been looking, where they put, that man no puts for say, he gets a master's degree. He not put that one at all. He say he gets a bachelor's degree. And the White House website, he did it. So we them put that information today. For the case of the religion, who are you for determining whether na Muslim, whether not a Muslim? Nobody will get that power there. A Christian can be a Muslim just today. All what you need is for take the shahada you are a Muslim. So for you, for can begin determine the person not a Muslim, that's just one of the most uncalled for excuse that one day. So everybody be knows him. It was bogus ideas there. They don't determine for pull the guy. They're not being get no way, so they bring them bogus information and day. Anyway, Michael Coker said, who is Honorable Robin Fallay and what is the significance of him switching to the party? Well, I think say Michael Coker, you come late, but Robin Fallay Nabi SLPP, he switched to APC, now he switched back to SLPP. That's my I go able to summarize for you, but it's one of the chameleons there we then they look inside swiftness they go there. In any case, so somebody been asked about the number to call, the number now. It's 480-409-4001. Now the number is all right. If you want for call 480-409-4001, but I believe say it's too late now for call because we are almost rounding up. Now that make a rush show for try for round up. All right, let's go to Momo Fowai. Ajibu is not making sense at all. Leadership does not end with the position holder, like in the case of Sam Sumana. He was holding the VP position in trust for the people of Sierra Leone. He or his action or reaction are guided by the people he led. I don't know much about that information. So Michael Booker say, is it true that the outgoing APC executive handed over just 3 million leons to the 21-man committee? Sad. I want to talk about this today, but maybe we'll go talk about that the next time. But I don't really want to talk about that. Mankota, the number, please. Oh boy. Let me put it again. 480-409-4001. We are save this number now. Next time now, if you want for call, you just redial. Okay. 480-409-4001. At the number this. You don't get time? I hope so you don't get time. 480-409-4001. Anytime when we day on, if you're not able for put a comment, you want for call and say something like what Tim Bashir they do always. So you can just call this number. We can bring you in at the program and say you comment. All right. Let's move on. All right. I think that's all. Let me start with let me start with Bashiru. Bashiru, you get 2 minutes. Waiting now the way forward. What you Okay, let me ask this question to now too. What do you think say na the best way for all right, one more okay. All right, so one more I say you clearly don't want to discuss the money issue, dog. No, I don't discuss this actually na the CPN platform. I've been on to discuss this, so everybody know what Chameleon stands on to this. But if you want to let discuss I can still give 10, 15 minutes we can discuss. I don't get problem with that at all. Okay, so I don't get problem with that. But it's because the time. Ajibu Jallo, please reach out. Let's have a discussion on this. I do not understand your response. Oh, okay. Okay, I think Ajibu Jallo they talk to Momo Foya. Momo Foya. So Momo Foya, this now Ajibu Jallo in number, again in number. It says for making reach out so that I will able to discuss this answer with this post where you put. You say Ajibu Jallo is not making sense at all. So Ajibu Jallo now responds to you saying, he say, please reach out. Let's have a discussion on this. I do not understand your response. So he give the number. Look the number now. You able to get another the screen so. All right. All right. So let me ask you now. Let me start with Bashiru. What are we going to do as a country for make sure say our democracy at least in order for be 100% perfect, but at least at this early stage, we will be able to shape am for the benefit of society. Bashiru, go ahead first. Well, Bashiru, you there? All right. I think. Hold on. Let me see. Bashiru. Yeah, Bashiru. Bashiru. Hold on. It's time to I know they hear you. Let me go back to you. All right. Hold on. Bashiru, I know they hear you. If you did pan talk. All right. Let's go to Bible. Bible. What we get for do as a society? Let's forget about the individualism because most of the time like this now they disturb we count it. Forget about the individualism. Let's go as a nation. Okay, hold on. Bashiru, the call back. Bashiru, you hear me?
Yeah, and the rules are very clear. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure you
don't
know
know,
the
but we will
rules.
not be
For me,
hearing
the
you.
rules are.
All right. You hear the question, right?
I read the question, yes.
Go
I read
ahead.
the question. So, I mean, say, the way we could strengthen the democracy, okay, this is not to APC, not to SLPP, not to any other party, not to specific to any party, but they all get the same problem. The problem is the parties do not exist. The party structure only exists when they're in opposition. Okay? Once they get into power, the party structure falls apart. Okay? The party should always exist away from the executive or any other government. Okay? The reason why, because waiting to keep the party and the democracy for be strong, that the party structure. Okay? So when you take SLPP right now, I bet you, even though they have power, even though we talk about, oh, they don't give this, they get money, they don't do this, they don't do this. I bet you, if you go look inside the SLPP coffer right now, that is shameful. It will be shameful, I promise you that much. Okay? If you look at democracy then, across the world, okay? Take America, for example. All the people that waiting on the RNC or DNC, right? None of them they in appointment position. They're not in appointment position. They're full-time job for run the party. For run the party. We would we put all these executives there. They all will get positions there. And think about all these ministers, the way they run, way they say SLPP, they don't some minister this, minister that, or the head of this, head of that. That job becomes the primary concern, not so the party. And anytime we win, the president becomes the absolute power over our party. I promise you right now,
inside America, Joe Biden did not get power for kick a senator out or congressman. You not get that. Okay, or for choose which one it will support or not support. They will support candidates and the other candidate will still able win. But you see that they happen, they will campaign for one candidate and the other candidate win. In Salon, if the president which don't know want some other candidate, anybody who stand against a candidate, they react against you. We need to strengthen the party structure itself. The reason we got a problem there is because once somebody wins, so any misbehavior we Mada do or EBK do, the party 100% falara. The party do not stand, don't push back at the president. Because the party structure, every time we win, because the people who will be there as executives, they all want appointments. They become left for the president to the power. They forget for doing jobs then. You feel say Napoleon in Secretary General at Slpp, he take that job bigger than in Deputy Minister of Justice. He take that Deputy Minister of General job way bigger than in running the party. Until we change that, we may never get strong democracy.
Okay.
Because even the president they do something bad, we just support them blindly because we never stand against that. And a strong party been there. The party will don't push back because unless for make it kick and Samsumana out, he has to go through the party. But because the party was full of yes people because of their power, they did it without finding facts. Like as Ajibu point out, the parliamentarian will push that when I lead that next day. You gotta apologize because you never get facts. I promise you don't care about facts at that time. All we care about are for do what can next ask for do.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Bible, you get 1 minute. Let's go.
Well, I just joined Bashir, which he talk say for decentralize the functions of the party, just like the country administration, and he try for decentralizer. Now down there they add from what you don't talk, we don't say for separate party from the governance of the country. Say like how Democrats then deny, Republican then deny, but at individual states, then local states then local authority. Now then get a say. The federal not just common no can dictate to the local board, like in Columbus telling them. The party gets structured. You the party from anywhere able influence them, but now within the party structure, then it's good back who gets a local board of elections where they conduct elections on behalf of political parties as well as on behalf of the country. Like we then want primary, you want stand for political party, for the Democrats. If we work within the party in such a way that the party they send election to the board of election, then put in him and the ballot, then the party in hand commodity fail. The local board of election, now they conduct the election, then they send to them who win. So if we able to like that, the party not when they can conduct election everywhere. We try for make an democracy is still going to be challenge. More try for do things then like how them people are with they make who they copy from.
Well, I just want to thank you very much. One of the things I'm very much hopeful is the fact that now, well, time will tell, right? Now we get a new constitution at the party where the chairman is separate from the candidates where they run for the party or something like that. So hopefully that's now one of the separations the way we actually need another party. And secondly, now that there is no longer one or two people there for determine who that qualified, and that time will tell too, because there are always some people there where they try for go around certain things then for their own selfish interest. But hopefully we will able to do this. And like when I also say, maybe let's say the APC party go able to thrive without um, even if within a power without the an individual for take over the party just because that individual day now the president or that individual day. Yes, the president gets a lot of sway within the party, but without the president, the party still for able to function. No? And like what Ajibu Jalo said, Bashiri is very correct. The APC, the APC party must be able to sustain itself. All the reason why we have had all these problems in our party lately, everyone seeks to satisfy the leader and chairman to unfortunate peril and expense of all else. So we were able to do it. Me and Adenti are always at the for modernizing the party in a way where we get a very formidable structure where the party, the problem where party then they fall in a salon is the party rely on an individual. So when that individual they go, the party fall. It happened to PDP, it happened to UNPP, it happened to PMDC, it happened to a lot of other political parties. But if we not structure una party in a way where it not depend on an individual for its sustenance, then that party they always will be remain a formidable party. So let's do that within the APC party. But I just want to thank everybody who participates in this wonderful discussion interaction. I thank Una all, and I also thank Mr. Saibanjai and Baibure, and I also thank Bashiru for can share knowledge. So Una continue for training. Yeah, if you not subscribe, if you subscribe now, Facebook, or you subscribe now YouTube, so that and if you click that notification button, um, anytime when we can online for broadcast, then they notify you, so you will able to get notification and join us. This hey, Salon is too small. Oh. Na China, one street na China, one street for China. It's almost bigger than Sierra Leone when it comes to population. Just one. So now that one they will get. Now this small country, God don't give it. So if we not hold on like egg, blah, we not get no side for go. The world already been divided. Okay. Yes, some of we all there. You understand? We all there now. Yeah. But at the end of the day, they say no, there is no place like home. I dey try for going to salon very soon. When I reach the salon, no matter how long I don't stay out, I dey feel like when you go to your mama, your mama, the way you be small, when you want for circle, Bobby, you go to your mama go put in her chest. That feeling what you get when you go to salon, that then kind feeling and then they get so yes, so don't come back to your mama. So salon now we own country. If we all they look at this ego, this individualism, we know they try for come together and make that country a better country. But it not go find no, it not big. Salon not big at all. So we get an opportunity for make and the way. Look Dubai today, small country. I don't think they reach 2 or 3 million. But look at them. They are in the top countries there when it comes to development. So let's do that. We can do that. Okay. So I thank you very much again. Let's continue for discuss because discussion we're able to continue for make we're able to find new ways we will be able to come together. Good night.